Hello world, this is Nadira Bai with NBI Inspires, and I'm here to inspire you. It is episode 17. That's right, y'all. You heard it. It's episode 17. We are going strong. We are pushing these out. We are making this happen. I am trying to be consistent as possible because consistency is key. So I am trying to make this happen all the time, and I hope you guys love it. If it's your first time listening, joining, welcome. If you've been with me since the beginning, thanks for joining. Love you all. Want the best, and it's really exciting. So thanks. Appreciations. I want to thank God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Allah, for everything. To my family and my friends, Shootwood Haas, everyone. I love you so much. The listeners, love you. And thank you. And now on to episode 17. And the topic for today is listen. Listening. So the definition for listen is give one's attention to sound. That's the verb. And the noun is an act of listening to something. Now that is deep. Now, as far as, listening, I know as human beings, it could be something that we are not the best at times because we all want to be heard. And sometimes we think that if whoever talks the loudest and the first and the last or hurts someone's feelings is a stronger one or the one that's getting their point across. And just all of that. And it's not true. It really isn't true. I said it before as far as, why I believe and what I've observed, relationships failing is because people are not putting themselves in other people's shoes. You're not treating other people the way you love to be treated. So it's because we also are not listening. And that ties in with that. You got to listen. We got to listen. And I know, especially when you're younger, you're like, I ain't listen to nobody. I know everything. I know as far as parents, I'm a parent, and I know when I was younger, I thought I knew everything. And, especially sometimes you see the youth coming up when you're young, you think you know everything. You know the answers. You don't know, mom. You don't know, dad. And you're holding me back. And that's not true. Yes, things are evolving and things like that. But as far as the basics and when it comes to family, love each other, be there for each other. And everything, that doesn't change. It doesn't change. So the basics are always going to be the same, y'all. No matter what happens, no matter what technology we got, or no matter what else we have, the basics are always there. Love conquers all. Have healthy relationships. Be good to each other, right? But a part of that is you got to listen. You got to listen. If you don't listen, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, And how you don't necessarily, well, first of all, you guys are all listening. You listen to this podcast, so thank you. But how you know sometimes if you don't listen is how people interact with you. Do you have to be the first one to talk? Do you cut people off when they talk? Is it hard for you to listen to other people say things or for them to get a word out? That means you got some work to do, if that's the case. You gotta let people talk. You got to let people say their piece. You got to listen. You got to listen. Please listen. And I know it can be difficult. Especially if something you don't agree with and someone's definitely wrong. You're like, or someone's lying to you or something. You're like, But we got to master the art of just listening. Just listen. And it might not always be that. It could just be something with, your significant other where you're not seeing eye to eye. Listen to each other. You're like, all right, let's just, try not to have the discussion when you're angry. That's one big thing. When you're angry, things are not going to ever go over well, ever. You got to be cool, calm, and collected. And I know we're human beings. And I know as a woman, we are just, we raging. We're like, nah, But it is best. It is best if you want healthy relationships, if you want peace, if you want harmony, you got to listen. You got to listen because you're going to learn. See, the thing is, when you listen, you learn. That's the reason why I believe the word listen starts with the L, because it's not just you're listening to understand. You're listening to learn. You're learning things that you didn't know. If you didn't listen, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. And that's for all of us. If you go back to the beginning, when it came to how your parents raised you or just anything you learned, how did you learn it? You had to listen, you had to observe, you had to listen, you had to study. If you did not do those things, you would not achieve anything. And that's with everything in life. You gotta study, you gotta listen, you gotta be enamored in it, you gotta be immersed in it. But if you're not listening and you're not doing those things, it's not gonna work. It's not going to work, boo. It's not. And how do you make that happen? We all have to calm our egos. Gotta calm. That was another episode. Y'all know it was your nafs. You gotta calm the lower part of yourself, your ego. You gotta calm it. And I know it's hard. Sometimes it'd be hard. You'd be like, nah, no. But you gotta do it. You have to. Because, again, time is passing by. And people, choose one of people want to be around. You want happiness. I know I do. I don't want to be around someone that I can't talk to and is not going to listen. I don't want to be around someone that thinks they have all the answers and they know everything. Then if you have all the answers, why are you still here? But why are you here? No one has all the answers. We're all in this together. We are all learning and growing. We're supposed to be. We're all supposed to be doing this together. If you got all the answers, but you don't have the answers. And you look at people, and another thing, a lot of people that do a lot of talking and don't listen a lot, from what I've seen, not all the time, from what I've seen is their lives are the complete opposite. The ones that think they know everything, do everything, they're not successful. And that doesn't mean in material sense. I just mean overall, they're not successful people. They're not. And why? Is because they're allowing their ego to run everything. You're allowing your nafs, your ego, to run the whole gambit. And when you think you know everything, then you don't learn. You're not learning because you're in the same position, if not worse, than you've always been in. And who wants to be around someone that's not growing? Who wants to be around someone that's not changing for the better? In order for us to grow, we got to make changes, right? But you can't do that if you're not listening. I had to, my family we're very, we communicate very well. We're open. We keep it real. We don't hold back. And sometimes it could be, you're like, yo, dang, they just hit me with it. You gonna get the real. And we get that from my father. My father didn't sugarcoat nothing. So, and it's good because the world can be tough. So it was really good for our spirit to get that. It definitely made us tougher as women, which I love. However, if we didn't listen and learn from my parents, we wouldn't be where we are. We wouldn't be as successful as we are. We wouldn't be together. But I know, I stated a couple of episodes before when sometimes, being as siblings, you're going at it. I'm sorry, my niece just walked in. You're having a spat. You're not agreeing with each other and you are not getting along necessarily. You are, everyone's saying things they shouldn't say. And you're not agreeing, you're not listening to each other. It's just so unfortunate. But what happens is if you're not listening, nothing gets resolved. Things don't move forward. Things don't move forward. And that's sad. That's really unfortunate. You don't want that. You don't want that. But I know for me, I was just like, oh my God, they're like, Nadira, you need to work on this and that. And I'm like, I don't want to hear it. And I'm like, nah, I got to stop. And I really had to dig deep. And I'm like, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that person you can't talk to. I don't want to be the person you can't come to. I don't want to be the person that you can't rely on. I don't want to be the person that when you see me, you want to go the other way. I don't want to be that person that you can't trust. I don't want to be the person that you can't respect. I want to be the person that you can call. I want to be the person that you rely on. I want to be the person when you see me, you smile. I want to be the person that when something great happens, I'm one of the first on your list that you want to tell the great news to. I want to be the person that you think about. I want to be the person that wants the best for you and loves you. That's who I want to be. But how's that going to happen if I don't listen? That's the truth. I got to listen. I got to take it in. I got to make changes. I got to grow. And that's really, really important. And so I implore all of you to do the same thing. Like you're listening now, always listen. Especially listen to your core group, the people you always surround with you. And just ask them, how am I doing? Ask yourself those questions. Okay, baby. Where am I in my life? How am I as a person? Am I easy to talk to? Do I listen? Am I being kind to other people? You know what I mean? You got to really ask yourself those things. Am I listening? Like really listening. Am I listening to understand or am I listening to be defensive? Am I listening to just get my point across? So I could say something really rude to the other person. What am I doing? You got to think about that. And if you're doing that, you got some work to do. But again, we're human. We all do that. No one is perfect. We're not meant to be perfect. It's about excellence. It's about execution. Again, that's why I think the word excellence starts with the letter E, because to be excellent, you got to execute. But that's all the part of listening. Tell your core group, how am I doing? Do I really listen? What are some things I need to work on? Am I hard to talk to? And don't say nothing. Have people that mean the world to you, sit them down and be like, what are the things I need to work on? And the listening should be on that list. What are some things I need to work on? Am I hard to talk to? Can you talk to me? Do I give great advice? Do I listen? What are some things that have I hurt you before? All those things, it's hard to hear, but it's better for you. Because if we move in this life as if we know everything and we don't have to make changes, and I'm great at, telling people off and not getting feedback, not accepting feedback, it's just not going to be good. It isn't. And that's not what you want for yourself. You don't. You're too special, y'all. You're wonderful. But then in that wonder, it's always going to be some improvement. There's some things we all got to work on. We do. My cat is here. I'm sorry. My cat is here. My niece walked in. I told y'all before, this is real. This is real. Real life. And that's what we're all doing, y'all. We're experiencing life. We're all experiencing life. We're on this path together. And I just really want all of you just to be happy and, just live a life that you're proud of. You're really, really proud of. And you just really get to know who you are and what you want in life. And you just go for it, And when it comes to listening, don't listen to the haters. That's one thing. I want you to listen to the good stuff. I don't want you to listen to people that want to push you down. No, listen to the people that, get feedback from people that want the best for you, and the things that you need to work on are not the easiest to digest. It's hard to hear. Those are the people. But I'm not saying listen to the haters. Nah, that you need to, no, that's not healthy. That's not healthy. That's just not good. Don't entertain everything. That's good. You got to have boundaries. You got to know what is warranted, what is not. But if you have people that don't want the best for you, that what they have to say doesn't matter, But, in your heart what's best for you. And just be your best, y'all. Be your best, be happy, and love you. Love who you are, but just grow. And love other people, have love for other people, and really, really listen. That's another thing. L stands for love, too. You got love, listen, learn. It's all encompassing. And why it is because you can't have one without the other. You can't. You can't have one without the other. If someone in a relationship, if you're not listening to your partner, it's not going to work. If you're not learning what they like and what they don't like, it's not going to work. None of those things are going to work. And you're like, well, I don't know why it's not working. Because you're not listening. You're not learning, which means you're not learning. You're not trying to understand. And it's showing that you don't love them because you're not taking the time to ingest in what they're saying. You're not doing that. And that's a problem. You got to do that. And then you're heartbroken if someone else comes along and does all those things because they listened. You got to listen, 2 ears, 1 mouth. We got to listen more. We got to talk less. If you're going to talk, let it be words of power. Let it be words of positivity. Let it be words of growth, not the opposite. Okay. And we all got it in us to do it. We were created for a reason, purpose. And I pray that your purpose and your passion are mixed into one. I hope you are just walking this life of happiness and growth, and that you are really auditing yourself as far as the things you need to work on. And you're in balance with yourself. You have that harmony, and you really feel good about who you are and the path that you're on and where you're going, and where you're going. Be excited about that. I'm excited for you. I really am. And, as always, I really just want the best for all of you. And now is a time. All we have is now. It is. Time's going fast, y'all. It really is. I had my son a year ago, and now, he's a year now. It's just crazy. It's just time is flying. We can't grab it. I wish we could, but we can't. So, just make it count. Okay? Be good to each other. Make it count. My cat is just she's all up in my business, like everything. She's trying to get on the podcast too, y'all. It's crazy. But I want the best for you. Okay? And thanks for listening. Bye.